Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Magical Day Radio, the happiest show on the air. Here are your hosts, Don Short and Chris Linden.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Magical Day Radio. This is Dawn, and I'm here with my co-host, Chris, and we thought that it would be a fun idea to do some trivia, some Disney trivia for you guys.
Yeah, before we get to our main guest, who is Disney legend, Bill Farmer. Don't quit your day job, right?
Hey, better than I could have done, absolutely.
We thought we would do some fun Disney trivia. Yay! But I have this ancient book that actually the Disney Channel, when I had the Disney Channel as a little boy back in the 80s, they sent these out to the people who were Disney Channel subscribers. Oh. And so this book is kind of old. It's about 32 years old. Wow. So when I ask these questions, you have to keep in mind that it's relating to what the answer was in 1984, not in 2016.
Right.
So I'm going to grill Dawn and test her Disney knowledge.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm going to ask her some questions about the Disney parks. This could be about Disneyland or Walt Disney World or even Tokyo Disneyland. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, we'll see.
So let's get started. Now, there's two categories. I'm going to do 20 questions. There's two categories. The first 10 questions are the apprentice questions, which are the easier questions. The second 10 questions are the sorcerer questions, and those are the more difficult ones.
Oh, boy.
So, are you ready, Dawn?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay. All right. Question number 1. The Mad Tea Party is based on a sequence from what movie?
Oh, Alice in Wonderland.
I told you the first 10 questions were easy.
Shoo.
In what attraction does a wicked witch offer you a poisoned apple?
I don't remember the specific name, but it's Snow White.
Right.
Snow White's Adventure, something like that.
That's right. Snow White's Scary Adventures.
There we go.
Where in Walt Disney World can Harper's Mill and Fort Sam Clemens be found?
I haven't been there since the 70s. I'm going to venture and
It was there in the 70s. It was there.
Yeah, but I'm 52 now. Okay, I'm going to guess and say Frontierland?
All right, but that's not specific enough. But you are warm. It is in Frontierland, but it's a specific attraction in Frontierland.
I don't know.
Let me give you a hint. You have to take a raft to get there.
A raft. Oh, their version of Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yay!
Ding, 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 ding.
You get a half a point because I had to give you a hint.
I'll take that.
All right. Now remember, this is prior to 1984, so this attraction still existed back then.
Okay.
The Skyway connects what two lands?
Oh, Tomorrowland and Fantasyland.
Yay!
Woohoo!
All right. This is kind of a strange question. What is normally the busiest day of the week at Disneyland?
I would think it would be Saturdays.
Yay!
Okay.
That's kind of a strange question.
It is. Oddly enough, that's usually the only day that I can get there.
Yeah, just your luck.
What are you going to do?
The bobsled ride at Disneyland goes down what mountain?
Matterhorn.
Yes. See, we're
Yeah.
still on the easy questions.
Uh-oh.
So get prepared because
Oh boy.
after the next 4 questions, they're going to get hard.
Oh, scary.
All right. This might be difficult because you're not a Walt Disney World girl.
Yeah.
In which World Showcase country in Epcot Center is Der Teddy Bar shop located?
I'm gonna guess Germany.
Yeah, I think the name gave it away.
A little bit. Yeah.
And what do they sell at Der Teddy Bar?
I'm gonna venture another guess and say beer.
Nope, teddy bears.
No. Well, I hear the word bar and I think that wow. And I don't drink. My head went somewhere else.
Well, that wasn't one of the questions, so you don't lose
Okay,
any
shoo.
points.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. This question is really tough,
Uh-oh.
and I'm being sarcastic.
I figured.
In which attraction do 999 happy haunts await you?
That would be the Haunted Mansion.
Wrong.
Oh.
No, you're right. I'm kidding. Oh, my goodness. Now, this is a silly question.
Uh-oh.
In what state is Walt Disney World located?
Um, God,
Now,
kid.
try not to strain your brain too
I
much.
don't know. Only the state where my heart belongs, California.
No, Walt Disney World.
Oh, Walt Disney World. You said Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've lived there before, so Florida.
Yay. So far, you've only missed half a point.
Wow. Oh, until the next
Until we get to the.
questions. Yeah.
Well, we got one more easy question.
Okay.
In what land is the Grand Prix Raceway located at Walt Disney World?
I would assume the same in Tomorrowland.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Okay. You got all but one half of those right.
Wow. So far.
So now we're going to go on to the more difficult questions.
Dun dun dun.
Sorcerer questions.
Oh boy.
Who is the supposed owner of the Golden Horseshoe?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. It's a character from a Disney animated feature. It was one of the package films.
Yeah, and I could see the picture.
I'll give
I
you one
can't
more
think.
hint. It's
Okay.
from the cartoon Pecos Bill. You still
Oh.
can't think of her name? Oh, I said it was a her.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, oh.
Give you 5 seconds.
Yeah, I can't think of her name.
Slewfoot Sue.
That's good question.
In what year did Disneyland open?
Oh, I've got 2 dates stuck in my head and I know this answer. Why is 1928 's totally wrong.
That's the year Mickey Mouse.
Right. 55.
Yay! What was the first attraction in Disneyland to feature audio animatronic figures?
Figures, multiple. Oh, it's a small world.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wrong.
The first one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna say,
I'll give you a hint.
oh.
It's where the birds sing words and the
Oh,
flowers.
good heavens, what is wrong with me? The Tiki Room.
Yay!
Duh.
Yay! Oh, okay. This is an interesting question because we already gave away the answer earlier.
Oh.
What name the Walt Disney World equivalent of Disneyland's Autopia?
Oh, now see, I forget because I don't know the name of it.
But it was one of the earlier questions that we
Yeah,
asked.
I know it's already gone. I know it by Autopia, and that's all. That's how little I get to Disney World.
Okay, you got another one wrong. Sorry.
Wah, wah. Well, I figured.
Grand Prix Raceway.
There you go. See, and if I got there more often, it would be embedded in my brain forever.
I don't think it's called Grand Prix Raceway anymore. I think they call it the Tomorrowland Speedway now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're right.
I think its days are limited too. I think it's on the chopping block. I know it's on the chopping block for Tokyo Disneyland
Oh my word,
because
really?
they're expanding their Fantasyland in Tokyo, and they're going to have it go over to where the Grand Prix Raceway is, and they're going to take it out.
Wow.
Mhm. All right. This one might be tough for you. I don't know
Oh,
if I would get this one either. What prominent science fiction writer was a major consultant on the Spaceship Earth show at Epcot Center?
I honestly don't have a clue.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
The Halloween tree in Disneyland.
Oh, oh, I was going to read something about that yesterday.
He
I
wrote he
I
wrote
don't
he wrote
know.
Something Wicked This Way Comes,
Yeah, I don't know.
whatever it is. Ray Bradbury.
I would not have gotten that.
Oh, you're losing points, Dawn. You're losing
Yeah.
points. All right. Number 6 of the sorcerer questions. Oh, I don't know if I would get this either.
Oh boy.
In Epcot Center,
Never been there.
what is Future World's largest pavilion?
Oh, pff, I, I don't even.
The land. Let's listen to the land we all love. Nature's plan will shine above. Listen to the
Oh.
land. Listen to the land. On my other podcast, they make fun of me because I'm constantly bursting out into song. While we're talking
Oh.
about things, I'll start singing the song or whatever, and they make
I
fun of me.
think it's awesome.
All right. You've seen the opening day ceremonies of Disneyland?
Yes.
All right. This is
Many
a
times.
question related to that.
Oh boy.
Who besides Art Linkletter and Bob Cummings was an MC for Disneyland's opening day TV show?
Ronald Reagan.
You got one!
Yay, one. Woohoo.
Oh, goodness, another Walt Disney World question.
Shoot.
What is the only Disney audio animatronic figure to walk?
Oh
He actually
my.
moves his legs and walks. I don't know if that's true now. I think there might be other ones that walk
Hmm.
now, but this is 1984.
Okay. I'm wondering if it was Abe Lincoln.
You're kind of in the right territory, but no, it's
Okay.
Benjamin Franklin from
Oh, is it? I
American
own.
Adventure in Epcot Center.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Yeah.
That's wasn't there when at the time when I went in the 70s.
All right. This one you might get because the question kind of gives away the answer.
Okay.
After whom is the Empress Lily riverboat at Walt Disney World Village named?
Mark Twain.
No. Let me read the question again.
Huh?
After whom is the
Oh,
Empress
dirt.
Lily, same name as my cat, Lily, after whom is the Empress Lily riverboat at Walt Disney World Village named?
That would be Lily and Disney.
Yes. I'll give you that one, even though you needed a hint. All
I
right.
don't know how I listened weird. I don't know how I missed that.
You probably just heard riverboat.
That's exactly, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I would
Oh.
not get this question either. How many golf courses can be found at Walt Disney World? It's probably not true anymore. There's probably more now than there
That
were.
would be a question that my dad would know at some point. I honestly don't know. I'm gonna just say 7.
3.
3, I was way off.
There's probably 7 now. I mean, this was 84.
Yeah.
All right. You want some more questions? I'll ask you some apprentice questions.
Yay! Okay, I'll take those.
Okay. So let me count this up first. On
Oh,
this page, on these 20 questions, you got how many right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and a half right.
that many.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you are a Disney fan. I
Yeah,
would expect you to get some of them right.
that's true. That's true.
All right, let me ask you some more apprentice questions. All right. turning the page. Got to be careful because this book is so old. I got
Oh,
turn
man.
the pages slowly.
Yeah.
Name the popular Disneyland and Walt Disney World parade performed with twinkling lights.
Main Street Electrical Parade.
Correctamundo.
Yay.
On what rivers do the Mark Twain, Columbia, Richard F. Irvine, and Joseph Fowler travel? Those are the steamboat and boat names at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. What's the name of the river in both parks that travels on? It's the same name for both parks.
Rivers of America.
Yay! On what attraction can one take the happiest cruise that ever sailed the seven seas?
Well, there would have to be. It's a small world.
Yay! On what day of the week during the summer is normally the busiest at Walt Disney World? Ooh, this one's gonna surprise you.
During the week?
Yeah. What's the busiest day during the week in the summer at Walt Disney World back in 1984?
I'm going to guess and just say Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Interesting. I wonder why.
I guess, I don't know.
Hmm.
I have no idea. That's strange.
Yeah.
All right. What former child actress dedicated the Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough attraction? This was back in 1957.
Hmm.
She was a famous child actress. She
Um.
wasn't a child then, though. She was grown up by.
Right. Oh, would it have been Shirley Temple?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. On what vehicle does one visit Peter Pan's flight?
Oh, that would be a pirate ship.
Yes. And what is the theme song of Peter Pan's flight?
Oh, I can hear the song. Yeah, what's the name of it? Oh Lord. You Can Fly.
Yes.
Oh, I
Did
love
my
that song.
whistle give it away?
A little bit, yeah. I was going through the whole song, and unfortunately, it was all the parts until that. So we could have been here a while.
How many blocks long is Main Street?
Really?
Well, think about it. There's a cul-de-sac.
So if you'd have to, yeah. So, oh, I never think about that. I'm just so thankful to be there. I'm busy taking everything in. I
Well,
don't
how
take
many
those
cul-de-sacs are
details.
there?
Well, there's only one.
Right. So then how many blocks would it be?
So I'm trying to think of how many. Are we taking, this is too much detail. The cross streets, is there two?
Yep. You got
Oh,
it right.
okay. Why was I battling with that so much?
Two.
Okay.
Two, 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 two.
That's all I could think of. I'm like, wait a
Two,
minute.
two, 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 two.
Star Wars.
The magic shop at Walt Disney World is named for what sorcerer?
Oh, come on.
Higgins-Figgins-Summerkazing.
I'm having a huge mental block right now.
Prestidigitalium. Higgins-Figgins-Figgins-Fum.
I could see him.
Prestidigitalium. Merlin.
Merlin. I have a little plush of him too. Wow.
Oh my goodness, you have a Merlin
Very.
plush? I didn't know
I
they even made Merlin
do.
plush.
I didn't
Wow.
either. Yeah.
Jealous.
This is what happens when you have little sleep and not even all of your coffee. Oh well. Okay.
Name one of the 3 Disneyland attractions where mermaids can be found. You just have to name one of the 3.
Just one?
Yeah,
Let's see,
but
which one should I
I'll
pick?
tell you all 3 when you guess it.
Well, one of them is towards the end of Peter Pan.
Right. The other 2, you want to guess?
In Disneyland?
In Disneyland, yes.
Well,
And think back to
the
1984.
submarine,
Yes.
and then I'm thinking,
You want a hint?
yeah. Oh, duh! Small World.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite spots too.
All right, so this time we only did 10 questions and you got 8 out of 10. So you got a B,
Yay!
a B
I'll take the B.
plus.
That'll work. That will work. Well, guys, right now we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with our very special guest, Mr. Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy.
Visit DisneyChris.com and experience the Disneyland Magical Audio Tour, a magical musical visit to the land where dreams come true. This amazing virtual tour of the happiest place on Earth features hours of music found in over 1,200 audio tracks. Through this audio tour, you can navigate through the entire Magic Kingdom to experience and delight in the fun and adventure of a day at Disneyland from the comfort of your own living room. Every track has been re-edited, digitally enhanced, or remixed for an optimal sound experience. There are also hundreds of full-color photos and informative liner notes provided for each individual audio track. So have your e-tickets ready and come and experience the Disneyland Magical Audio Tour at DisneyChris.com. That's DisneyChris.com.
Disneyland is the most magical place on Earth, a place where the best memories of your lives are made. And the people at Fresh Baked Disney have made it their purpose to bring to you the very best of Disneyland, baked fresh daily. We capture the special moments and the good times. We'll show you what's new as well as what's not, like some of the very best Disneyland secrets and history the park has to offer. Best of all, we'll bake it for you fresh every single day. So grab a churro and head over to Fresh Baked Disney on YouTube or at freshbakedisney.com and prepare to have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. That's weekly trip reports from the park, news, top 10 lists, reviews, weekly updates on construction of the new Star Wars land, and a passion for the happiest place on Earth. Nobody loves Disneyland more than we do, and we're going to prove it to you every single day. If you consider yourself a lover of all things Disney and Disneyland, go find Fresh Baked Disney on YouTube or at freshbakedisney.com. For the best of Disney, baked fresh daily, that's Fresh Baked Disney on YouTube or at freshbakedisney.com.
Disney fans all over the world are learning about Magical Day Radio and the incredible guests we have, the topics we discuss, and, well, simply how magical it is. Magical Day Radio is the happiest show on the air, hosted by myself, Dawn Short, and the amazing co-host that I have, Chris Linden. We interview Disney authors, voice talents, Imagineers, Disney icons, and even people who have actually worked with Walt Disney himself. Magical Day Radio airs on Wednesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific Time. To find out all the information, you can find the show page on Facebook by simply searching Magical Day Radio. Please give it a like and keep up with all the latest. Miss the Magical Day Radio show? Well, no worries. You can find all of our archived shows on my YouTube channel now by simply searching my name, Dawn Short, on YouTube. Each show will be posted on Sundays as well as some new things to come from time to time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, we want to thank our listeners for all of your endless love and support. You make our time with you simply magical, and we hope we add a bit of magic into your lives too. We are very honored to welcome our special guest, Disney legend and the voice of Goofy, Bill Farmer. Oh, Bill, initially, what were your first career choices?
Well, I grew up in a little town in south central Kansas, and there weren't a whole lot of career choices around that area. But I was always nuts about the movies when I was a kid. And so the closest thing that I could come to was radio. And that was my degree was in broadcast journalism, and I kicked around in radio for a number of years before getting into stand-up comedy for about 5 years, and that before coming out here to Los Angeles to see what I could do in show business. But you don't really train to be the voice of Goofy. It just they don't have Goofy 101 at college.
Right. How did you get hired for the role of Goofy?
Well, it was kind of a little bit of luck and right place, right time. Goofy was my favorite Disney character growing up. And I was one of those kids that I just kind of could do voices, and I would do impressions. And so I did a lot of the cartoon characters back then, like Goofy Moose or, Kermit the Frog, a very exciting voice. So I would just play around with all these voices, and gosh, I guess Goofy was one of my favorites. And my agent said at the time when I first came out here, do you do any of the Disney characters? And I said, well, I can kind of do Mickey Mouse, gosh, oh boy, if you can do the falsetto and everything. I couldn't do Donald, you got to do that. That's all I can do.
Oh,
But
That's a
that's
tough
pretty
one.
good. though.
But Wars Goofy fell right in the wheelhouse. And out of about 1,000 people or so that tried out, they liked mine. And at the time, there were 4 or 5 Mickeys and 4 or 5 Donalds. But with the advent of the Disney Channel and Michael Eisner and Roy Disney wanted consistency. So you always heard the same voice. So out of all the people that tried out, they liked my Goofy and Pluto as well. And I've been doing those characters since January of 1987. So it's coming up to 30 years of goofing
My
around for a living.
goodness.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't realize 30 years.
Yes, I'm getting very old.
That's my oldest son is nearing 30, so wow.
Yeah, and mine's 26, so he's I've been goofy his whole life, whether or not I was working.
How cool. I've been goofy as far as my kids are concerned, but it's a whole other goofy.
Yeah, I get paid for it, so that's a nice thing.
Could you share with us how it felt to be part of a full-length feature film, a Goofy movie, especially how
goodness, yeah.
incredibly well it was received?
Yeah, that was, it was the first time that any of the what's called the Fab Five, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Pluto, had starred in a motion picture. And so they gave that to Goofy. And I was ecstatic when I heard we'd be doing a movie. We worked on it for a couple of years, really. It was originally supposed to be a Goof Troop movie, which was my first series, in the same ways that they did a DuckTales movie off of the series. But it took on this life of its own and became this buddy picture and got better and better, and they do rewrites and re-recordings and everything. And then it was released back in 95 and was really well received and has actually gotten kind of this cult status over the years and is even more popular now than it was. And I'm just ecstatic. It's really special when you can see, your work on a big screen and you can hear an audience respond for what's going on to your work. I never get that generally when I'm doing a cartoon series or something. I don't see the reaction that people have, but it's really, really a great feeling to be able to see people enjoy your work, in real time.
Yeah.
Oh, I could only imagine. And Goofy's he's one of my favorites. He always has been, so.
Gosh, really? That's great.
Oh, my
Oh, you're
goodness.
giving me goosebumps.
What a treat.
Aside from Goofy,
Yes.
which is one of my favorites too, what are some of your other favorite vocal performances you've done?
Oh, my gosh.
Disney or
Yeah.
otherwise?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the 20th anniversary of the movie Space Jam for
Mhm.
Warner Brothers. And I was fortunate enough to be able to voice a few of Mel Blanc's characters. And he was like my idol when I was growing up.
Oh, he's
So to do
amazing.
Sylvester the Cat and Yosemite Sam and Foghorn Leghorn, and since then on episodes of Robot Chicken, I've done Bugs and Daffy. I've kind of covered more Warner Brothers characters than I have Disney characters.
Oh,
Wow.
my word.
But of those characters, my favorite is Foghorn Leghorn because he's a big old chicken, kind of big and loud and brash.
Oh, I love Foghorn Leghorn too. Good
Me
choice.
too.
Yeah.
Have you provided your voice for any shows or attraction in the Disney park?
Oh, absolutely. Anything that Goofy's been in since 1987 has been me. So we just did another show that will be, I don't even know if it's out yet, but it will be shortly, in front of the castle at Walt Disney World in the Magic Kingdom. We had a show that had been running for years and years there. And of course, parades and, talking toys and announcements and,
Yeah.
recordings like record albums and all of that kind of stuff. I've done the whole gamut. So about 3,500 different projects for Disney over the last 30 years.
Have you done any voices for Disney other than Goofy?
Absolutely. We have a series now that's called the 7D, as in Seven Dwarves, which is on Disney XD. And I play Doc. He's the very intelligent one with the glasses. And it's a great show and a lot of fun to do. Of course, Pluto. We never talk about Pluto, but he's part of the Fab Five as well. And I've been barking for Pluto for as long as I've been goofing as Goofy. So, right, Pluto? Row, row. So I get paid to bark. It's a great job. And many more, too. Obviously, a lot of background voices, too. I've done what's called ADR, which is additional dialogue recording for movies, oh, gosh, as far back as Beauty and the Beast and Tarzan and Hunchback of Notre Dame and a lot of the Pixar movies, Toy Story and Toy Story 2 and Bugs Life, Monsters, Inc., Monsters University. And not for Disney, but like right now, I did some background voices in the show The Secret Life of Pets. And then there's Shrek and a bunch of other things. So, yeah, I keep busy, not necessarily just with Disney, but predominantly Disney. And Goofy, of course, is the biggie there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, The Secret Life of Pets, I'm thrilled to see. I have not seen it, and
it's a cute movie. Yeah.
Because anybody that knows me well knows I'm a huge animal lover. We've got dogs, and it touches my heart, and I've only seen the preview, so
Well, me too. Yeah, definitely. I'm a dog lover, and voicing them for so many years, I have to have my own. So I have two dogs myself.
Yeah, you voiced two dogs, and you have two.
And I have two dogs, and they're not named Goofy and Pluto.
Oh. Well, speaking of the Disney parks, Dawn and I happened to hear a very neat story you told that involves Walt's apartment. Can you share that with our audience?
Oh, well, I'm one of the few people that got to take a nap in there. We were down doing radio remotes one day at the park, and I had to be on, recording it early, like 6, 7 in the morning. And then I had a break from like 10 till like 2 o'clock, and I had to do some other ones. And I was very tired. And I said, is there any place I can go to take a nap? And they said, well, let's see. He says, we could use Walt's apartment. And I said, oh, okay. So we go up there. And I got to stretch out on Walt's bed and take a nap in his private little apartment above the fire station there at Disneyland. And that was a big thrill. I was able to look around, and, there's all sorts of stuff that was there when Walt was there. He had like a cheese sandwich maker and this old Victrola. And behind his bed, there was a little cabinet. And I opened up to kind of sneak and see what was in there. And there was all these old like Edison round cylinder records that were in there. And they had Walt's writing on it and everything. It was a big thrill for me, but I was tired enough. I was able to overcome the excitement and take a nap.
Wow, I don't think I would have been able to.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a very special time.
My word, what a memory, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, with other vocal artists of the past, which ones have inspired you personally and throughout your career?
Well, of course, Mel Blanc, I think, would be on everybody's list because he was the most well-known with all of the Warner Brothers characters. And I got to meet him shortly before he passed away and was able to get an autograph from him. And that was a big thrill.
Oh, my word.
But when I came out, a friend of mine said, well, you want to get into cartoons. You ought to take classes from Dawes Butler. And Dawes Butler was the great voiceover talent behind most of the Hanna-Barbera characters, Yogi Bear, Huckleberry Hound, Snagglepuss, Mr. Jinx, Captain Crunch. He did Elroy Jetson, all of these. And I said, the Dawes Butler? Yeah, here's his number. And I called him up, and he kind of sounded like Captain Crunch just in his regular voice. And he'd say, well, come on over, and I have a class on Wednesday night, and we'll read some copy and do what we can. And he was so nice. He was so encouraging. He was the one that really pointed out to me that it's about the acting. It's not about necessarily the voice. That's an important thing in voice acting, but it's more the acting is important because it's kind of like, I think that's the way he may put it. It's like if you have a good voice, that's like having a good guitar. Can you play the guitar? That's the important part.
Yeah.
And he was the first to teach that. And shortly after that, I got the role of Goofy. So I would credit certainly some of his teaching to me getting that and staying with it this long.
Well, can you describe a typical recording session at the Disney studio?
I don't know if there's a typical one. Every project is somewhat different. We use different studios around there, and I'm on like 3 or 4 series right now, and they all kind of work slightly different. But a typical one that I would do probably for, let's say, a Disney product is it's kind of, it's not that special really. There are these great studios around town. I show up, and sometimes I get the copy beforehand and the script beforehand. Other times I don't. If I'm going to be singing, I'll get the song, they'll send it to me and I'll listen to it and kind of work it out before I get there. But a lot of times I don't really get the dialogue or the lines until I get to the studio. And we do not record anymore. We did in the early days, but we don't record with the other actors generally.
Mhm.
So it's me, I'll do my lines, and then Mickey will do his lines, and Donald will do his lines. Then they take the best lines of each of our takes, and put them together. So you have Mickey's best line, my best line, and Donald's best line, and mix them together in post-production. It's a little easier for the engineers to do it, but I miss the the spontaneity of having the other actor in the studio with me.
Mhm.
And so I like to do it ensemble when I can, but that doesn't happen too often. And then I go home and they pay me.
Well, you would never know it because, I mean, it seems flawless when you watch it all put together, edited together.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to have a great director, because I have to know, okay, when I'm saying hi to Mickey, where is Mickey? How far away? If he was 50 feet away, I'd say, "Howdy, Mickey." And if he's like right next to me, "Gorge, howdy, Mickey." A whole different take.
Oh.
I have to know in my head where he's at.
What's my
And
motivation?
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
That's so important. It really is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you been enjoying the new Mickey animated shorts?
Yeah. They're kind of a retro look. They have a different look, and they're kind of harkening back to the 1930s, the way that
Yes, I
Goofy
love
actually,
them.
like Goofy doesn't have pants in that, and he's got a tail the way he originally did back in
Right.
1932.
Yeah.
So it's kind of going back to when he was Dippy Dog, before
Right.
he was actually considered or called Goofy. And those things are a great deal of fun to do. I'm very proud. I won an Annie Award for one called Goofy's Grandma last year, and I was honored to get that award. And they're really funny.
They are hilarious.
They are.
Yeah.
Love
And
them.
especially one that we did relatively recently called Wonders of the Deep, where they go down in a submarine.
Yep.
It had like 30, 40 million views on YouTube, so they're wildly
Mhm.
popular, and you can see them all on YouTube. Just kind of go, Mickey Shorts, you can call it that, or go to Goofy's Grandma, and you can see that particular cartoon, and it links to all the other ones.
Yeah, I have seen all of them, and I watch them as soon as they're posted on YouTube, and I'm a big fan.
Which are some of your favorites?
Oh, I love
If-
the Goofy's Grandma.
Yeah, that one's fun too.
The
Oh.
one where they went into outer space.
Oh yeah, there was one spacewalkies where Pluto has to pee really, and
Yeah.
he's like having a little trouble waiting until he gets back to Earth. It was really a fun
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah, I love it. The ones with Ludwig von Drake. Those are fun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's one where Donald gets split into the good half and the bad half, and the bad's kind of like an Incredible Hulk kind of, big. That was hilarious too.
Yeah, they're great. I love them. I love the Mickey's birthday one that takes place in Mexico.
Oh yeah, we had Danny Trejo working on that as the evil pinata.
Yes.
Oh,
That
no
was so
kidding.
hysterical.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to actually sing in Spanish in the opening of that cartoon, so that was a little okay. I don't really speak Spanish that well, so we had to work on that to get Goofy's chops up in Spanish.
Yeah. But I think that adds to it that you're
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
you don't really know how to sing Spanish. It kind of adds to the character of Goofy.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Those are absolute treasures too, because
Yeah.
for me personally, with having grandchildren, to be able to share these things with them is
Yeah.
is amazing. Plus, I get to watch them at the same time, so.
It's bringing
And
those
they-
characters to a whole new audience.
Yeah, and they are written to where the kids can enjoy them, and so can the parents. They
Yeah.
get the jokes
Exactly.
too.
And there's a lot of little nods to us Uber Disney fans.
Oh yeah, we did one called Potato Land, which is a total
Yes.
thing of that they go to kind of a weird version of Disneyland. And if you're been to Disneyland, you'll recognize a lot of little nods to, like, meeting Mr. Lincoln and some of the rides and the Haunted
Yes.
Mansion and stuff. It's really a cute one as well.
Yeah. If our audience has not checked out those cartoons, we highly recommend them. They're all available on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, in 2009, you received the most incredible Disney honor in being given the Disney Legend Award. Could you please
Yes.
share that experience with us? I can't even imagine.
Oh, it just blew me away that they would, and they don't make a big deal. I just got a letter in the mail that you have been selected to be a Disney legend, and they're going to have, oh, what's that, and so I'd heard of it, of course, but I didn't know how big a thing it was, and I got nominated and received my award. Ours was the first public award ceremony at the D23 conference down in Anaheim, and I got my award from Bob Iger, and I got it along with Robin Williams, who got his that day, and Betty White, and Tony Anselmo, who does the voice of Donald Duck.
Yeah.
And it was just wow, it was amazing. I got to put my hands in the cement, and they turned it into a bronze plaque, which is now permanently displayed on the Legends Plaza over at the Disney Studios in Burbank. And that's a big honor. I can go over there, and my hands are up on the wall. That's really cool. Really cool. And it was a big honor to be selected for that award.
Well, let's hope Lucy doesn't show up and try to steal your...
Yeah.
You played, as you mentioned before, you played Doc. Or
Yeah,
you are playing Doc. You're
Absolutely.
currently playing Doc, the leader of the title characters in the animated series, the 7D,
Right.
which means the Seven Dwarfs.
Right.
How did the show come about, and what was it like to work with the cast? You got D. Bradley Baker, Jess
Yes.
Harnell, Kelly Osbourne.
Yeah, Maurice LaMarche, Billy West. We have, it's probably one of the best casts I've ever worked with. And there was a website, I think it's called Behind the Voice Actors, who just nominated us or awarded us the best vocal cast on any TV show in animation right now. So that's a nice little award as well. But no, these guys are all like legends in their own right. They're amazing performers. And it came about as kind of it was kind of like a prequel to Snow White. Snow White's not in the show, and it's a little different take on the dwarves. It's kind of drawn a little different. Of the traditional dwarves, I do the voice of Sleepy when they need that. But in this show, I'm kind of the leader of the dwarves, and his name is Doc. He's kind of very intelligent and wears glasses, and, he invents things all the time. So it's a much more kid-friendly take on the dwarves. And it's really funny and well done. Paul Rudish does Paul works on Mickey Shorts, and Tom Ruger, who did Animaniacs and a lot of the other, is the force behind the 7D. And Kelly Ward, who's been directing us in many of these shows since Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and many other ones, is directing that. So it's always nice to have a good friend direct you in these things, because we work well together. And it's just a blast. It really is. It's a funny show, and it's on Disney XD.
Yes, it's amazing. It's so great for kids, and it's one of those that parents can enjoy with their kids.
Right. We just had one where Kelly Osbourne, who was referring in one episode to her rock and roll dad. And so Ozzy Osbourne came on and voiced a character as well.
Oh, you're kidding.
No. So that was kind of
my
a fun
word.
little, the kids may not know that, but the parents
Right.
will.
Yeah, exactly. It's for all age groups.
Right.
Our listeners like to ask if there's any advice that you would like to have to offer someone looking to get into the voiceover acting as a possible career.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, what Dawes Butler taught me, I would mirror that and say, It's voice acting, not voice acting. A lot of people get told, oh, you've got a great voice. You ought to do voiceover. Well, that's one part of it. But the one part that you can get better at is the acting. Take acting lessons. I did stand-up comedy for 5 years, and that was the best training that I ever had because an audience teaches you so much. First of all, if you're any good, there's no pity laughter. So if you go out there and you just stink up the place, they'll let you know real quick. It's kind of like sink or swim. You either learn to be funny and deliver jokes, or you don't make it. And that was kind of a hard way to start, but it was great training. And also voice acting is very akin to stage acting, whereas the voice is a little exaggerated. The movements are a little exaggerated because if you're on stage, you want people in the back to be able to hear and see you. So you kind of amp up the emotion a little bit, which you also do when you're behind a microphone, as you don't have your face and body to get across the emotion. You have to do it 100% with your voice. That's a little different technique than, say, on camera acting. And so anyone that wants to get into this, first of all, get a great demo. That's very important. You'd have to get yourself an agent so you can get the auditions. And it helps to live in Los Angeles. I moved out here because I wanted to get into this. It's just nice to be close to the work. If nothing else, you can get started wherever you are, and there's usually places or talent agencies in many of the major cities throughout the U.S. But it's a career. It's not like a hobby. It takes a lot of dedication, but it's certainly a lot of fun and a lot of competition out there. So you got to kind of deal with a lot of rejection too, and that's just a part of it. But it really, when it works and when you get to work, it's just tremendous. It's so much fun.
I can only imagine. It looks amazing. It sounds incredible. And I know I've watched some video of talented people such as you in the process of it. And I find that a lot of people in their minds, they picture someone just standing there in front of a microphone, but you're very animated and you need to be in order to express what comes forth through the mic.
Right. Whether there's a camera there or not, you are still acting. And as long as you don't make noise that the microphone will pick up. We all use our body, our hands to help kind of get that emotion across. And anything that you can do to help that is a plus.
Well, because we are a Disney podcast, when you visit Disneyland, are there any favorites you have, any must-dos? What's your Disneyland touring experience like?
Well, I love all of them, but I'm the thrill seeker, so I'll go on California Screamin', the roller coaster, Indiana Jones. I was at the opening of that, and that's a thrilling one. But of course, I always have to include the Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean. If there's two that I will go on about every time, it's those two, because they are kind of quintessentially Disney. They came about when Walt was still around, and that's kind of the link to the past. And they're still great. I never get tired of going on those particular attractions.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there.
If we were to be writing any of the attractions in Disneyland, would your voice pop up in any unexpected places?
Let's see. They will. I'm trying to think. Maybe not at Disneyland right now. Of course, when there's Toontown, my voice was all over there as Goofy.
Yeah.
Let's see. What in Florida there was what was called the Great Movie Ride at the time Disney MGM Studios, and now it's the Hollywood Studios. And I'm the Cowardly Lion.
Really?
Awesome. Let's see, where else? I know there's some more, but I can't remember where they are.
You've just done so many.
Mostly it'll be, occasionally I've done some announcements in the past. But right now I think it's just Goofy, and wherever Goofy is, like in California Adventure, there's Goofy's Flight School. And you hear me through that. And I'm sure there's some others. I'll have to think about that, though.
What's your favorite Disney film, classic or otherwise?
You know, when I was a kid, it wasn't an animated film. My favorite at the time was I loved The Absent-Minded Professor with Fred McMurray.
Oh my
And
word.
because I've always been like a little science nerd, and I had a chemistry set, and I tried to make flubber, which didn't work. And I love that. I love that of the animation. Of course, Bambi. Pinocchio
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of scared me. I figure, well, I don't want to turn into a donkey, so that kind of scared me a little. The Jungle Book, of course, I loved. And but it's absolutely true that the old goofy cartoons, The Beauty of Skiing, and all of those
Oh.
how-to cartoons were some of my favorites from back then.
Do you do the how-to for the more recent goofy cartoons that have how-to voices? Do you?
I of course do Goofy in those. The announcer is Corey Burton, who is
Oh, yes.
you hear
Okay.
Corey all over the place down, and he's doing the announcer, the kind of the John McLeish thing, because I guess they figure I'm busy enough just doing Goofy correctly.
Yeah. Well,
But we
because you
had,
sound dead on. You sound just like
oh,
the
thanks.
Yeah.
Well, you hang around with these guys long enough, you kind of pick it up. But
Yeah.
but we did how to install your home theater that came out in
Yes.
theaters,
Oh.
and of course in our show House of Mouse, we did several cartoons on how to be cool and groovy and that kind of thing, and
Yeah.
how to haunt a house, and many other ones that we've done through the years.
Right.
It's kind of funny. We had the a Goofy movie panel at the D23 convention last year. So we got on stage, and Don Hahn, who's a producer of like Beauty and the Beast and Maleficent, and is doing the live action Beauty and the Beast right now. Produced that. He produced our panel, and we got all the actors from the show, and there were like 1,200 people at the D23 convention. We got Tevin Campbell, who sang the Powerline songs in that. He came out and live in person sang Eye to Eye. Jason
Oh.
Marsden and I sang the Open Road song live, and we
Yes.
got this 3-minute standing ovation. I felt like one of the Beatles. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of that, there were some Disney blogs were saying, "Oh, here are the top 10 panels that you got to see when you're at D23," and ours wasn't even on the top 10 list. But afterwards, we got so much great response. We got a 100% on audience satisfaction polls, and from popularity we beat out the Star Wars panel, and they had Harrison Ford and George Lucas. So I feel very honored that the fans out there have kept this movie into made it into kind of a little cult classic, and I'm so pleased that people still all the time come up and tell me how much they love that movie.
And there's even a sequel.
Yes, there was an extremely goofy movie where Goofy goes to college, which would terrify any teenager.
A little take on Back to
Exactly.
School with Rodney Dangerfield.
Exactly. And it's and so I've been very fortunate to have voiced a character that's been on TV about every day since 1987, and next week I got a couple of jobs coming up, so I'll be doing it for who knows how long.
Well, let's hope it's a long, long time, because to me, you are Goofy. Pinto Colvig is the original Goofy, but
yes,
throughout my lifetime, you are the voice of Goofy for me.
Well, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Bill, if you would, please share any places people can find you, any upcoming events, etc.,
sure.
that you might have.
My goodness. Well, last Sunday, I was the host of the Motif Awards down at the Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles, along with Tony Anselmo, who does the voice of Donald Duck. And I've been very busy. I just came back. This I just did from Comic-Con up in Toronto, and then I was in Portland, Oregon. Coming up, I'm going to be on the Disney cruise ship in around 3 weeks, leaving on a Disney Vacation Club members cruise, going from New York to Nova Scotia, which ought to be a lot of fun. We've got a couple of series that we're starting now that I can't even talk about yet until I get the okay from Disney.
Right.
And to get in touch with me, you can go to billfarmer.com. You can go to toonhouse.com, TOONHOUSE. It's a little website that I teach via Skype and in the studio here. People that want to get into this business, more information on that. And I do that with my son, Austin, who's an audio engineer and a heck of a drummer, professional drummer. And, we try and help people out when we can. So if they want to follow us, that would be one way, or another website that links into the Toonhouse one is called vobiz.com if they're interested about the business of voiceover.
Well, Bill, does Goofy have any final words for our audience?
Gosh. Well, next time I'm in the movies, wave at me, and I'll hope to see you in the seats out there. Oh!
Oh,
Thank you so much, Bill.
oh my
Oh,
goodness.
it was my pleasure.
Cannot
Pleasure
thank
was
you
all
enough.
ours.
Truly an honor and something that I will never forget personally.
Oh, thank you so much.
We want to thank everyone for listening to Magical Day Radio and remind you to please check out our Facebook show page under Magical Day Radio. Please give it a like for us. We'll post updates on the show, Disney news, and anything we come across to share with you, as well as our archive shows. Magical Day Radio's archive shows can be found on my YouTube channel on Sundays simply by searching my name, Dawn Short. Please subscribe to the channel and keep up with the shows and more to come. Again, links will be on the Facebook show page for easier access. You can also find Chris and I on Twitter as well. Chris, do you want to share your contact with everyone?
At DisneyChris73 on Twitter.
And my Twitter is Dawn, _short. And I'm also on Instagram. You can find me again by my name as well. And should you wish to contact us, please use the message feature on the Facebook page, and I'll get back to you right away. As always, we thank all of our listeners for your continued love and support. Because of you, our time spent here is simply magical, and we hope that you have had a magical day too. Until next time, everybody.
This has been Magical Day Radio with your hosts, Dawn Short and Chris Linden. This was a Dragus production syndication. Magical Day Radio was created by host, public relations, and social media director Dawn Short. Designs, websites, and sounds created by host and graphic design producer Chris Linden. Magical Day Radio is not associated with the Walt Disney Company, its affiliates, or subsidiaries. All copyrighted media is used under journalistic fair use for commentary and educational purposes only. Please join us on Facebook at Magical Day Radio. Thanks for listening and have a magical day.